We're half an hour late.
Listen, I have 4 shots to find a dress I like. I'm not just gonna go into whatever you bring out. I saw the lace pattern, I didn't like it. This is something people see when they have sleep paralysis. This is something out of an 80s horror movie where a bride gets murdered. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, or if you are new, welcome here to my channel in general. So if you've been following me at all since December, then you must by now probably know that I am a legally married woman. Andy and I had gotten legally married in July and announced the fact that we were married in December of 2019, and we are currently planning our first wedding to be here in Seoul in October of 2020. Woo! We are going to be having 2 weddings. We will have an American wedding at some point in the future, but that won't be for a few years. So we're just focused on kind of building our little Korean wedding here in Seoul now. My friends and family from the US are all coming over. Shout out to my friends that have mostly already bought their tickets. You guys are amazing. So they'll be here. It'll be great. You guys are gonna be getting a lot of wedding content. But since I am currently planning that Korean wedding, that means I need to plan what dress to wear. And if you guys have been following me on Instagram, you know that I had such a conundrum over renting versus buying a dress, because it's the cultural norm, at least where I grew up in the US, that women buy their wedding dress and they keep them forever. Like my mom has her dress, my mom has her mom's dress, my grandma has her dress, all of my mom's friends have their wedding dresses. Like everyone I know who's married in the US bought their dress and has kept it forever, and it's amazing, and I want that too. But buying a wedding dress isn't really something that women do here in Korea, so it's not like I can go out to a shop and try on a dress and be like, I'd like to buy this, because they're not for sale, they're for rent. Renting is the norm here. So I was really struggling with that, but the conclusion I came to real quick is that I will be buying a wedding hanbok here. So the hanbok I wear during our wedding will be one that I keep forever here, and then when we do eventually have an American wedding, I will be buying my forever Western wedding dress. So I will forever have both my Western wedding dress and my Korean wedding hanbok, and I'm really happy with that decision. But that means I need to pick a wedding dress shop to rent from, and I already did, and that's why I'm making this video, because honestly most of it will be a story time about going to these different dress shops. But before we get into the story time, I have some notes here. I want to talk about some other things, just kind of how finding a wedding dress here in Korea typically works. A quick comparison between the United States and Korea in terms of like finding a wedding dress and visiting wedding dress shops, because I did, when I visited home in October of 2019, I did go to some wedding dress shops, so I kind of have a feeling of what they're both about now. And I also kind of have a mini vlog, so to speak, from my day visiting the different wedding dress shops here, thanks to my wonderful friend Miriam, who was able to come with me, because I went wedding dress hunting on a Tuesday because the wedding planner was like, yeah, you can go Saturday and like everyone can come, but the best dresses are already being rented out and they're busy on Saturdays, so you won't be able to try them on. And I was like, good point. So I went on a Tuesday, Miriam was able to come. I am so grateful for that. Shout out to her. But here's the thing, it's really not a vlog of me in dresses, because you're not allowed to take pictures or videos of the brides trying on the dresses, but it will, I guess, kind of give you a sense of what it's like to kind of sit there in these rooms as someone tries on a dress. I don't know, I'm just really grateful that Miriam was able to get anything from the day. But before I keep talking and exhaust you guys with my talking, let's look at the kind of mini vlog I am able to put together from her little random clips throughout the day. So this is, I guess, the general vibe of what my my wedding dress shop tour looked like. So mini vlog starting now. They keep like turning their heads so they don't accidentally see my nipple, but I'm like, I really don't care if you see it.
I once went into a prom dress store and she literally looked at my boobs too long and said, they're nice. I already cried, by the way. Why am I doing this? I'm nervous, I don't know. On to the last store we go.
We're half an hour late. I feel so bad.
Oops.
This one's fun. Should I try this one to be like Great Gatsby-ish?
Ooh. I do really love like a 1920s number.
Yeah.
Like Art Deco kind of
Yeah,
style.
Art Deco.
Ooh.
Those are my top 3.
Hey, can we see your calf muscles again in those photos? Because your calf muscles were on fire.
I took a picture, like one of those pictures. It looks like you've been secretly lifting.
Yeah. I get them from my dad. He has excellent calves.
Thank you so much again to Miriam for being able to capture even just a few seconds of that day, because I am able to look back and like remember that taxi ride and remember the interiors of those shops. It was so great, so thank you so much. I hope you guys kind of enjoyed that little sneak peek into what my dress hunting day looked like too. But let's dive into some other talking points, and I just want to say quickly that this is like the typical way to find a dress in Korea. Some women do get their gowns like made so that they can keep them forever, but that's really not the norm here. The norm is to rent a dress, and yeah, there are plenty of other ways to go about things, but really the sense I get is that most women kind of do the same thing, where they kind of get a wedding planner and the wedding planner sends them a ton of different dress shop options, and then they just kind of pick 3 or 4 or 5 to go visit, and like that's it. You visit the dress shop one by one, and then you say like, I really like the feeling or the price point or the aesthetic of this shop and the dresses that they have here, because some shops have like really glitzy glam, like glittery dresses, and some shops have like, they focus on having dresses that aren't white, like they're all some kind of off-white or other very pale color, which I'm into. I don't want a super white dress. I don't think it looks good on most people. So you kind of pick the vibe that you want, and then you use that one shop for both your huge wedding photo shoot that takes hours and hours and hours. I actually filmed or vlogged, I guess, a little bit of Andy's sister's wedding shoot day. I'll link that above if you guys are interested. So you pick one shop to give you dresses to borrow for that day, and that same dress shop will let you rent a dress for your actual wedding day. So I did pick my one dress shop, and I'll reveal which one it was at the end of the video, I guess. Yeah, so a quick comparison between my personal experience dress hunting in the US versus Korea. Here's the difference between American and Korean dress shops. In America, in my experience, it's free to try on a dress. In both countries, you need to make an appointment, but in the US, it's free. In Korea, it's 50,000 won or $50 per dress shop. So I visited 4 dress shops and tried on as many dresses as I want for free in the US. In Korea, it's $50 per shop, and you can only get to try on 4 dresses. Maybe they'll give you a bonus like service dress to try on for free, but you're capped at 4. So apart from that, in and of itself right there, the actual visiting experience, I think the next biggest difference is just what people like in each country. In the US, they like the mermaid fit. They really prefer lace over sparkle in my experience. It's just a totally different vibe. They like long sleeves or sleeveless. That's it. There's 2 speeds. But in Korea, they don't like mermaid. There aren't a lot of mermaid options. They want the big poofy ball gown, and they want sparkle, bling, bling, no lace, just sparkle. And they don't really like sleeves, but they really like I call them t-shirt sleeves. Like, they like a short sleeve, but they don't really go for sleeveless totally or the whole long sleeve. It's basically like opposites, which kind of throws me off because I want mermaid fit and I want lace and I want long sleeves, which are like the top 3 things that Korean girls don't want right now. So it was hard for me to find dresses, but there were some creative solutions that one of the shops came up with that we'll talk more about later. So that's kind of the second difference, is just like styles that are in. The next difference is something that really just might be specific to my experience, but it definitely gives Korea a huge +1, and this is like the size difference. In the US, there was one dress shop I visited, and of course this isn't indicative of all dress shops, because a lot of them did have my size, but this one shop literally didn't have anything below size 10 or 12. So I was trying on dresses, and I was fitting mostly in sizes 4 to 6. So I was trying on dresses literally 3 times too big for me, and they were like pushing me out to like present it to my family being like, what do you think? And just me swimming in all this extra fabric. Like, I don't know, I can't really tell at all what it looks like on my body because it's so big for me. And they would like clamp up the back to make sure it literally didn't fall down, but that was kind of it. And even with some of the other like boutiques, they had more sizes, but not in necessarily every dress. So I was trying on dresses that were too big for me and they really weren't doing a lot to make it like really fit. Cause I am a petite person. I'm like 5 feet tall. I'm like 115 pounds or something. I'm petite and that's not the American norm. I get it. I'm smaller than the average American person. I know they're not gonna carry dresses exactly my size, especially since I'm so short, but they just really didn't put in the extra effort to make it really look like something I would be able to wear on the wedding day. I kind of had to use my imagination a lot. Not here in Korea. Not only did they have more dresses in my size, but they also like pinned sleeves down to make sure they really fit my arms. They clamped me up. I don't know what they did, but my posture was straight. It was like zoop. Like they really plastered that dress to my body. They put accessories in my hair. They made sure that when they opened that door and my friend Miriam saw me, she knew exactly what I would look like in that dress. When I looked in the mirror, I saw exactly what I would look like in that dress. They really made sure to fit me up. So I knew what I looked like and I looked amazing. So shout out to Korea for putting in more effort into like making me feel like a princess in the dresses. Again, just my personal experience. I'm sure maybe other girls have had similar experiences where certain shops really don't put in the effort to make you feel beautiful and some shops really go the extra mile. That was just my general experience, but moving on. So let's now hop into story time of my dress tour day. So I went out with my wedding planner and my friend Miriam, and we went to 3 different shops. The first shop, it was called Innocent Bridal, and I was really excited because looking at their Instagram, I kind of had this feeling that they were a lot more Western in their wedding dress styles. So I was pretty excited to try those dresses on, but I'm a picky bitch. So I got in there, they did my hair, I put on the robe. It was the nicest robe of all 3 shops, and I should have seen that and known right away. But I put on the robe, I was all fancy. I'll put a picture here of me in the robe. I actually already posted it to Instagram. I already felt prepped emotionally for wedding dresses. And here's the thing. Here's another difference actually. In America, you can look through all the dresses and be like, I like this, I like this, I like this, I like this. In Korea, no, 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 no. You just have to stand there and wait for them to bring dresses to you, which I can't stand. And I'm not here for that, and I won't stand for it. So they brought out a dress and they put it down. They didn't even ask me. They didn't even hold it up like, you like this? They just put it down and expected me to hop in. Listen, I have 4 shots to find a dress I like. I'm not just gonna go into whatever you bring out. I saw the lace pattern, I didn't like it. So I zoomed open the door. It was like a sliding barn door between me and the wedding planner, who is bilingual. She speaks English and Korean. I just slammed open the door. I was like, I don't like this. I'm not putting it on my body. And she was like, oh, so she got up and she communicated to them really well. She was like, listen, she doesn't like paisley lace. She likes floral lace, like literally roses, literally like plants, not this kind of lace pattern. She likes little lace. She doesn't like big lace. She doesn't like these sleeves. She likes long sleeves. Like I could hear the wedding planner like, dun, 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 dun. Don't, this isn't it. Find a new one. And I am so thankful for her for communicating that, because she understood what I wanted. So she sat back down and they were like, okay, we get it. And they went out and they came back, and every dress I tried on after that was something I found so beautiful, something I absolutely loved. And I don't have pictures of me in the dresses, of course, but I have found the dresses online. So I'll put pictures here of what the dresses look like on like Instagram. So the first dress I really, really loved, but I didn't really like the tank top sleeve at all. I just don't think they're flattering on my body. So what they did was they like took the sleeve like down and made it like across the shoulder. So it went like this instead of like that. It went like that. And they brought out, this was life-changing. They brought out these, what we called puff sleeves, and they put on these puff sleeves. I'll find another example of it and I'll put it here. So I was wearing this dress with the straps going across the shoulder and these puff sleeves, and I looked like something out of a fantasy romance novel, and I was like, oh, this is the look. This is the look with those sleeves. I need this. I need every dress now to have these sleeves because I'm obsessed. And every dress I tried on after that, we put on those sleeves, and it like boosted it from like a B+ to an A+, baby. Those sleeves were the finishing touch. They were the chef kiss that I needed. And so I really liked that first dress, and the third dress I tried on I really liked too. I'm not totally sure, but I think it's this one. I think this is the dress I tried on, but it was lace, but it was much more beaded. And I feel like when I buy my forever Western wedding dress in the States, I want it to be all lace. I don't want any beads, because my mom's dress has a lot of beads, and some of them have fallen off over the years and they've yellowed, so I don't want any beads on the dress I'm keeping forever. But since I'm renting, this is my opportunity to wear something with beads. I don't like sparkle. I don't like a lot of sparkle. I feel like a child, and it's probably because I'm 5 feet tall. I don't want to look or feel like a child. But beads, it was very cool. Those bow sleeves in the picture, they weren't there. They were kind of like an add-on, like the puff sleeves I like. So I'm trying on this dress, and it's totally sleeveless. So it's just kind of like the sweetheart sleeveless style, but they add those puff sleeves, and honestly, that might be the dress I go with. I'm not sure yet, but I was in love. I felt incredible. Miriam was borderline crying on the couch. It was great. We were all having a great time. But we were like 20 minutes late for our next appointment. So we had to because Miriam was so helpful. She was coming up, she was touching fabrics, she was talking, because she's really into style and design. She's a very fashionable person. So she was talking to me about like fashions and styles and what I like and nuances that I like and like feelings and vibes I'm going for. So helpful. But we were late. So we had to quickly change and rush off to the second shop. And the second shop was called O'Shear. I mean, my American pronunciation might be ugly, but O'Shear was the second place we went to. And I really liked the first dress I tried on. Here's a picture of it. I looked really good in it. But after that, I really didn't like much else, because honestly, they didn't have a huge selection of what I'm into. And if I'm picking one shop for like the photo session where I can pick and wear 3 different dresses during the photo shoot, like I need just more than one dress that I like. If I was only picking one shop for the wedding day itself, maybe I would have gone with the second shop because I really liked that first dress. But I need like 4 dresses out of one shop, so I couldn't do the second place. And then we went to the third shop, which is Collect Bait. And by then we were half an hour late, and we were so late that the wedding planner actually called them, and they were like, you can have a half-hour appointment or you can come back at 5. So me, Miriam, the wedding planner, and then my friend Sarah was able to come meet up with us later because she had work earlier. We kind of went out, we ate some food, we had coffee, and then we went to the third place. And I was really excited for the third place because I really liked their Instagram feed. I thought they had so many different styles so that I could pick 3 dresses for the photo shoot and 1 dress for the wedding, and they could all be different, and I can have the best of all wedding dress worlds. And then we get there, and from the beginning, it was just not good news, friend. The robe that they had me wear in between changing between dresses was something every current American mother in her 50s has owned at one point in time. It was like a lavender gray leopard stretchy fabric robe. I felt like my mom. So the #1 dress I wanted to try on actually ended up being the #1 dress that I didn't like at all. And I really liked it because I'm into cool sleeves, right? Obviously at this point you guys know I'm into cool sleeves. It had it was fit to the arm to like the elbow, and then it like flared out. So I tried it on. First of all, the fabric, so deceiving from the picture on Instagram. The fabric was so cheap feeling. It was like some lint you would pull out of the dryer after you wash some sweaters. It felt like the whole thing was made out of that. Like if you pull on it too hard, the whole thing would fall apart. And when I opened my arms, I felt like bridal gothic Batman. Like I could just and jump off a building and just glide. Oh, it was horrible. And honestly, this rule that dress shops have that we're not allowed to go back and look at the dresses, I mean, I'm sure they think it saves time. When you have someone like me, it wastes so much time. We probably spent 15 minutes straight just them bringing out dresses for me to say no, and then they bring it back, and then they pick a new one and they bring it out, and I say, no, that looks just like the other one. What don't you understand? And I don't even think it was like the culture of it. I think it was just that shop, because even at the first place, after the wedding planner explained to them what I liked, they were able to bring me back out things that I really enjoyed. And I could tell the wedding planner was getting frustrated because she kept like re-explaining to them what I like, and they just like weren't processing. And I was getting mad. I was like, listen, just let me back in that room with you. Let me look and pick out the dresses myself, because we're just wasting everyone's time. And they like wouldn't let me, of course, which I get, that's like their policy. But after a bunch of time of that happening, I felt bad. So they brought out a dress, and they brought out like this little shirt top to go over the dress. And I was just like, okay, fine, I'll try it on, because this appointment needs to end at some time, and I should just try this on and resign myself to just not liking the, whatever, let's just do it. So I try on the dress, and then they put the top over top of me. And here's the 2-second video. I'm gonna play it multiple times for you guys. Here's the video of them unveiling the dress. My wedding planner is like ready to be excited, but I feel like you can hear in her voice that she's really faking excitement for me. So you can hear her being like, wow. And then, I don't know if you guys can tell, the look on my face is just pure resentment. Like if you were in that room, you could cut my resentment thick with a knife, because I hated what was on my body. Here's the video. Just a sin. This is something people see when they have sleep paralysis. This is something out of an 80s horror movie where a bride gets murdered. Horrible. So we left that shop, and the wedding planner was like, okay, you need to make a decision. Which dress shop did you like more? And I'm sure you guys can guess, but I said, of course, the first shop, Innocent Bridal. I mean, I should have known when they put me in that robe, and I was like, I like this robe, I feel fancy. I should have known then. I felt like they knew what I liked, they knew what I wanted, and they were ready to bring it to me. They didn't waste time. The only reason why we were late was because me and Miriam were debating so heavily and just talking so much about the actual dresses, which was a good sign. There was a lot to talk about. There was a lot to kind of think about. Yeah, the first dress was just, not the first dress. The first shop was so much better than the other two. So I will be getting my wedding dresses from Innocent Bridal, and I say wedding dresses plural because, again, there's like a huge photo shoot that we'll be doing in the summer. The photo shoot is, of course, to have like lovely pictures of you and your husband in a wedding dress, but the photo shoot is also like for invitations and other kind of like, I don't want to say marketing material, but other wedding material. Like they'll put it on like a big poster or something and have it like at the wedding. I don't know. The wedding photo shoot will be in the summer, and I can pick 3 dresses for that and 1 dress for the actual wedding day. And I just really think I'll have a lot of fun selection from Innocent Bridal, so I'm really excited for that. And yeah, that's my little story time, trying to find a wedding dress here in Korea to rent. It was, I mean, the day was still fun, even though the second and third dress shop couldn't even hold a candle to the first shop. There was just no comparison. It was still a really fun day, and I'm really glad that I get along with the wedding planner who knows enough English to be able to actually communicate with me over something as complicated as what kind of wedding dress style I like. At any rate, if you guys like me and you want to support my content and see me grow, please consider donating to my coffee page. Of course, your coffee donations do not go towards me actually getting a coffee. They go towards me getting new equipment to improve my channel, like how I was able to get a new mic. And what I want next is a little lavalier microphone, because I feel like sound kind of disappears in this room here, and I think, yeah, future videos would really benefit from a little lav mic. So that's the next thing we're working towards on my coffee page. Thank you guys so much for watching. You will probably be getting much more wedding related content from me in between now and the fall, so look forward to that, I guess, if you're into wedding things and wedding related content. And that's it from me today. I have to head out now. It looks like a beautiful day. The sky is so blue. There's hardly any clouds. And yeah, so I'm gonna go. I'm staying safe. I hope you guys are too, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
So casually keep diving into concrete, so bittersweet.